LinkedIn Live. Today's topic, how to optimize your profile to gain a competitive advantage. Your profile is so very important. By the way, chat is on. Feel free to comment or share just where you're from and what your name is. Happy to recognize you and excited to share some pretty great insights that are great takeaways when this is over. So let's focus on the topic at hand, which is your LinkedIn profile. Your LinkedIn profile is the first impression you're going to make with someone who wants to get to know you a little bit better. It may be somebody who's been referred to you. It may be somebody who saw something you posted. However the case, the first place they're going to go to check you out is your profile. And the key to your profile is to have a value-added, audience-facing profile. Everybody's listening to WIIFM, which is What's in It for Me. And unless you can get their attention very quickly, and that's why headline is so important, they're just going to keep moving forward. And that's going to impact how many people actually get to know you when they visit your profile and have an opportunity to move up and get to know you, hopefully off of LinkedIn on a Zoom call or just a regular call. So let me switch to my profile and I'll give you an example of how I leverage it for considerable competitive advantage. So here I am, right? And basically, and you can see actually as I'm talking, it's showing up in my background, which is just great for LinkedIn Live to get more attention, especially when people are viewing your platform and now they can just click and join the live. But getting to my profile, basically, what you see is, what do I do for you? And the first line is so important because if you don't get the first line right, there isn't a second line. Getting an emoji will help. So people will get attracted to something that isn't a letter. A picture like this works great. So use emojis. State what you do for people. I help optimize LinkedIn mindset strategy, content marketing, and return on time and investment. Okay, another emoji, $. Engage empowering coaching, training, speaking, B2B influencing, and connecting. Featuring LinkedIn Live, win better. Okay, right here it tells you what I do for you and then how you can take advantage of it. And right here is collaborative opportunities. So if you press on this, and I don't know if it'll come up. Oh, yes, it does. So here's what I'm promoting right now. And this is not to be salesy, but that's what you can do in that area of profiles. I've got 4 hours of consulting, live and consulting, and I've also got a 25% discount. You can visit comments for that. But as we move forward, you can see then it also gives you an opportunity to put your hashtags in, right? Which is right in here. So how do you get there? I'll show you. And shows my followers, shows my website, contact information, what I'm at work, what services I provide. And then, again, when you get to creator mode, here's another key area. So go to creator mode, which is right here. And this is where you get a chance to choose your hashtags. So I have LinkedIn Live, LinkedIn Tips, LinkedIn Coach, LinkedIn Creator, LinkedIn Marketing. They give you a chance to create up to 5 hashtags. So if you want to get rid of one, you can just stop that and add a topic. And maybe it's hashtag LinkedIn. And all of a sudden that becomes my 5th one. And then I'm done. Now it also shows you creator tools, what you're qualified for and approved for. LinkedIn Live, audio event, newsletters, follow tools. So this is a very important area that you can take advantage of. It also has where you can feature articles and post. Here's again my latest activity, which anybody can see. I'm posting, all the time. About me is so important. This gives you some more ways to share who you work with, how do you work, my experience, my education, skill sets. If you look at all 46 skills, you can see how many endorsements I had to get. Some of the ones I didn't have too many endorsements because these were huge. So that gives you a pretty good idea of what I do on your profile. And you can just spend just time and effort optimizing it. You can continue to go through every area, understand what it does, understand how to create a strategy against it, and get yourself a competitive advantage because it distinguishes and differentiates yourself, against a crowd. And the key is that you want to stay aligned. You want to keep everything fresh and relevant to what you're doing now. So in a lot of situations, we've got Dennis here. Thank you, Dennis, for appearing. Dennis is a great guy, I would say, while you have the opportunity. And this LinkedIn Live will get hundreds of views, probably by about 150 viewers I average every day. I hope you get a chance to meet Dennis and check out his profile. And if there's alignment, use these LinkedIn Live opportunities to connect with people, get to meet people. You want to get out of your loop that's in your mind and that tunnel vision that gets created and get some new ideas, meet some new people. Here's one, a follow-up, posting and toasting and hosting all the time. Well, that's great. That's the spirit. That's what everybody should be focusing on. Thank you so much, Dennis. Anybody else, feel free to join the conversation. And with your profile, again, getting aligned is so critical. So what are you posting these days? What are you sharing these days? Well, that should be aligned with your profile. As I change my content and my interest, I change my profile. I change my background picture. So when someone says, well, today I'm talking about, let's say, tagging, then I'll make sure that tagging is obvious when everybody checks something out. And there is something to repetition. Consistency is so important. Dependability, because the attributes you show by your performance are so much more meaningful than things you just talk about and don't back up. So, people like to see what people do. They like to hear your story. But first of all, they want to hear what's in it for them. And that's top of mind because there's so many places and so many people that they can go to and even work on their own LinkedIn opportunity instead of visiting somebody else's and participating that way. So the psychology is all about givers get, and you got to give first in order to just be in line to get. Don't have any anticipation of return. Everything is early on. LinkedIn's a long game. You need a lot of patience. You need some perseverance. And what you really do is need some help. LinkedIn is just too big of an opportunity. It's like 10 lifetimes of opportunity. That collaboration is essential. It amplifies your content. It gets you knowledge share. It brings in empathetic support. I mean, it rounds you out. It complements you, and you get an opportunity to complement someone else. And the key is focusing on your core competency. And your core competency should be your offer. So it all kind of comes together when you have a strategy. I just heard yesterday on some Audible I was listening to that a written plan has 5 times the success of one that isn't. And I think that's valuable. Plus, when you see it, it becomes real. And when you look at it, it really lends itself to responsibility and accountability. So show up as the best you, make that mirror itself on your profile, become a magnet for people who visit you. And, little things done right over time compound. And everything you can do to optimize your profile, to align it with whatever everybody else is looking for or can use, then you're going to be in a much better competitive situation and advantage than someone who doesn't. So, with all this said, check out your profile and check out other people's profile. Visit mine, copy whatever you see that could, align with what you want to do. Make this the takeaway today. Look at 5 profiles of individuals you admire, appreciate, and respect on LinkedIn and see what they're doing. Reinventing the wheel makes no sense. My philosophy is copy and then innovate. I would never copy word for word, but you get the message. You can understand people's style, and you will see a common thread. When everybody is promoting value to others, when everybody is giving first, when people are being proactive, it changes the whole dynamic of LinkedIn. Your momentum is different. Your confidence is different. Success is really just an attitude. And if you have the right attitude and you're a person who can wait and doesn't really care to get something every time you give something, playing the long game, playing the game that distinguishes yourself, because most people are waiting for something to happen to make something happen instead of creating their own opportunities. And there's a saying, if it's going to be, it's up to me. And whatever is going to come to you while you're waiting will still come to you while you're doing. So, take action, collaborate, reach out to me if you want to work with me. I've got a couple openings. We can work shoulder to shoulder. I can share everything I do and create an opportunity for you to do the same thing in a much shorter, more reliable time frame. And success is worth the extra effort. And at a certain point, you really should invest in yourself, to shorten the time frame, the learning curve, and, look at what it can do for you. And if your dream's big enough, there's another saying, and I'm just full of sayings, is if your why's big enough, you'll figure out the how to. So anyways, with that, I hope this is worthwhile. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you refer other people to it. I'm here every day, 11 a.m. Eastern time, 7 days a week. Been doing it for 7 months every day. I believe in consistency, persistency, and it's the people who hang in there, keep getting better, keep doing better, who will be better. So with that said, have a wonderful day, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Feel free to reach out to me.